Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you are. And welcome to Requiem for London Chronicles, the City of Martyrs. And we begin our scene zooming in on a particular spot in Hackney, a rejuvenated area that's recently received great funding from the local government, from the local council. And many bars, restaurants, establishments have emerged. But one particular place called the Golden Arms Gym has emerged. This gym has received many new memberships and many new guests, people seeking physical fitness to strengthen themselves, to make themselves reach their peak. But we zoom into one individual who's running the night shift in the Golden Arms Gym. She sees before her the usual clientele, individuals, people running day jobs, night jobs, shift work, mortals aplenty.
Yes, she is. Emily, these last few nights have been rather preoccupied. She's had a couple of sick days, actually quite a few, and now she's finally getting back to work, which really helps her mood. The reason for it being that her jaw looked like something that was, well, horribly burned or inhuman, depending on when you saw her. But lately, very recently actually, the skin that was grafted on has just begin to almost get rejected, like the body is, like Emily's body is simply just either going to grow too much as it tries to rebuild itself and there's something in the way, or like it's a foreign body, like a pesticide of some kind, or some kind of parasite. But whatever the case, he has spent a couple of hours in all actuality simply tearing off a fairly sizable chunk of her face. It hurt. It was unpleasant, but to her amazement and, let's be honest, joy, her face seems to be relatively normal. There is no, like, major burn marks all along her throat. She looks like herself. A little different, perhaps. She knows her face well enough. Yes, sure, it's probably a little different, but compared to what she looked like before, this is better than she had ever dreamed of. In her mind, she was quite prepared to accept the fact that she was going to look like a burn victim for the rest of her life. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Let's just put a smile on her face. And the fact that she can get back to the routine, to the one place that she's now in, that always seems to calm her down. Like, all of these routines she does, from when she was mortal, training routines, just a 20 minutes on a punching bag, there's really nothing like it for Emily. There is nothing that brings her as much calm, quiet peace as just training, just having one purpose, one goal, and working on it for yourself.
As this routine, that's sort of just the casual, 20 minutes on the bag, 30 minutes on steps, 15 minutes on the treadmill, just that routine of physical fitness, pattern, sense of just routine kicks in. At this point, in between all of this, you hear a voice, and it's a familiar voice, an old friendly voice, but still angry, still always disappointed, always demanding more. and you hear the voice of Hector scream at you from across the gym. He doesn't care about the other patrons. He doesn't care about the other customers around you. He screams to you, going, "Emily, get off that bloody treadmill, you bloody soppy tart. There's a blockage in the toilets. Go clear it up."
Right. On it. And Emily smiles to him. It's just, sorry, I've just been sick, and it's just. I'll get on it. I'll get on it.
Look. I've given you the days off. You're healed. I don't want to hear excuses. Some fucking protein shake maniac took a fucking massive dump.
Yeah. I don't. Okay, good.
Yeah. Clear it up. Make sure it's sorted, and you begin your night shift. I don't want to hear any more excuses. Yeah, I'm off. I've got a lovely tart lined up. I ain't coming back.
That's really a little bit too much information, but sure.
You need to liven up a bit. Loosen yourself, love.
Yeah. She looks at him. Yeah, I'm really, really good at that, she says with a like a shrug, as to indicate that she knows that she is very, very terrible at that.
He laughs at you. It's just so funny to watch you react. And of course he's joking. He's done this loads of times to you, and he's expecting you to get used to kind of the gist of it, but you never do, and it just makes it more funny to him. And he sort of just smiles and laughs, and he puffs out another big draw of this cigarette that he's got in his mouth. He's always smoking, even indoors. And just go, "Rightio, I'm going off to shag a tart. Good luck on the night shift." And he kind of walks off towards the back of the gym.
Emily just tried to get the image out of her face, or out of her mind. And,
he's a big, heavy, sweaty man. Very hairy, sweaty man.
Exactly. As she gets into the to the toilets and, finds a plunger and does clean up things. I don't know. She's used to it. That's part of the job.
There's something about it, though. It's that, I don't know. It's the maintenance. It's the sense of normality to it. It's just that it just somehow ties you down. It just reminds you of your times working in the gym in your younger days, when you had to work to stay here, to practice here. And there's just that feeling of comfort that comes over you from doing it. It's such an ugly and mundane and mortal task, but that is what keeps you warm, keeps you focused. And as you do this, as you are cleaning the toilet, and this guy is a heavy protein eater, whatever he ate or did, it's nearly broken the toilet, let alone unclogged it. And it's taken you a while to do this. I'm tempted to make you do a craft roll to unplug the toilet, but we'll see.
God damn it.
No, we will assume that you are able to do this through sheer, actually it requires a bit of kindred strength just to unplug this toilet. My God.
Abnormally heavy shit.
Yes, that's abnormally heavy shit.
Do we have the roller thing up?
Oh yes, sorry, I'll post that into the chat. Yes, good point. I didn't think of that. I'll post it
also, I'm not going to get that far.
Yeah, if we need to roll, we roll, but I don't think it'd be totally necessary. And at this point, as you're performing your task and you're just about finished or done cleaning the toilets, the bogs, in the men's room, another figure emerges. Another individual seems to sort of sneak in, and this is the other co-owner, the other co-founder of the Golden Arms Gym. And you see, sorry, I'm trying to get a name correctly, but I believe it's Maria. And she looks to you, and she, again, very tough individual. You know she has relations or is somewhat a couple with Hector, but it's a very on-off relationship. And they treat each other like brother and sister and couple at the same time. It's a very weird relationship they've had, and they've had for many years. And she is an ex fighter like herself. She retired at more of a younger age, but she looks to you as she walks in and just simply goes, "Ah, has Hector got you to do this, Emily?"
Yeah.
Oh, that fat fuck. He's scorned off again, hasn't he? I think he was meant to be working tonight with you.
He had a. It's all right. As she has one success, she seems to be done. As she's just. No, it's fine. He was busy.
What's he doing?
I don't know. That translates to, of course I know, and I'm hiding it.
How well do you want us to fail or succeed?
Fail. Like
fail. Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't matter what I want. She's failing. She can't
She's
lie.
failing. Right. You say this, and she just looks to you, going, "Oh, that fat fuck." It's that girl we saw at that bar. I knew it. Oh, I'm going to beat him when he gets back.
Look, he likes you, right? Like, it's.
Don't. It's not about you. It's just. It's very complicated. It's very complicated. But I'm gonna bust that fucker's nose when he gets back. Oh, for every pelvic thrust he makes, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Okay, like I said to him, a little too much information. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna finish up here and.
Oh, look, Emily, and she goes in close to you, and she knows she's heard it all before. She's heard your speech, and she looks to you and goes, "Look, I know you've had time off past few days. You." And she looks to you, like looking quite close to you, your skin and stuff. Is everything all right? You've been quite distracted the past.
Yeah, I had a a rash or something. Like, it was weird. Like, and she just points to her face. It's just, I think it was a part of the flu or something. I don't know. It was, but I'm all better now. It's fine.
Look, I've had flu, love. I've had all kinds of things. What's wrong? Come on, you can tell me.
No, it's just, well, it's fine. Like, it was just a thing. Like, it's not a problem.
Is it another guy?
What? Like, it should be said, like, I don't know, but Marie would know that, like, Emily with a guy is about the most unlikely thing you would probably think of.
Yeah. All right. Now, it would frame that question to: is it a guy?
What?
Well,
she would actually she would probably ask whether it's that guy I saw, because she was the one who sticked her head and actually saw Jonathan.
Right. Yeah, she'll look and go, "Look, I know you're not all about relationships and that sort of thing, and that's fine. I think that's a goddamn blessing. But you've been going out most nights, not coming back. Lots of excuses, lots of reasons. I'm just worried about you. I just want to make sure you're okay.
You don't need to be worried about me. Like, if anyone tries anything stupid, they're gonna get hurt.
Look, you can fend for yourself. You can fight. I know you can. But, you got other pressure points beside your muscles.
Look, it's not a problem. Okay, it's fine. Like, that guy that was here, like, he's probably I'm never gonna see him again. So it's like, he's not gonna be around here. It's fine.
Well, if you're not interested, if he comes around again, send him my way. I need to get back at Hector.
Yeah, no. She just says.
She just laughs as you do that. It seems quite cute.
I don't think he's into that sort of
thing. To each their own. To each their own. Look, don't worry about this. I'll clear it up. Get back to the desk. Make sure the machines still work and the patrons are happy.
Yeah, I'll go for a wipe down. Like, Chip makes sure that there's paper and alcohol for wiping the machines down. It's fine. And
just go for it. And look, we've got some more high roller types coming in. If they're staring at your ass, asking you questions, just go with it. Smile, be happy. Make sure they come back, yeah? We want regular customers.
Yeah, I'll try, but look, I'm not. Okay, fine, okay.
And she actually leans in for a hug. She leans in for a hug because she feels that something's happened to you. A lot has happened to you recently, and she just leans in for sort of a very sort of emotional and effeminate hug. How you react, I don't know, but she does.
Emily will return the hug, and she will actually, given Emily's story and her life on life, she will actually grasp rather tightly, and Marie will notice that Emily really just, like, there is maybe a hesitation for half a second or something, but then she returns it fully and just holds it there for a moment as she really, really enjoys the sensation.
She just sort of, she just acknowledges it and accepts it as you're holding even a bit longer than usual. And she leans back and sort of combs a bit of your hair over your ear, and she sort of pokes at your nose and goes, like, just stay lively, kid. Any problems, come to me. And smiles in a very friendly way, and she lets you go. She knows how you feel about personal moments or close emotions, and she lets you go and even pats you on the back as you kind of turn around. And then she looks to this horrid scene of the toilet and this blockage that's there, and kind of puts her hands on her hips and just sort of cries out like, "God Almighty, this was Hector's work."
Emily had that feeling as well. Like, he didn't want to clear the mistakes that he has just made, but oh well. Emily just takes a round where she just checks that, like, there is these paper rolls with to wipe yourself, like, wipe sweat off your face, and there is like also like small bottles of essentially household alcohol to just wipe the worst smell or sweat off the machines once you're done. And she walks around, checks that they're full, checks they're all working, and none of them are empty. And yeah, she does the rounds, let's say.
Yeah, you do the rounds. There's not many people there. It's a ghost gym most nights, but it's becoming more popular. There are more people coming down, people working late shifts, awkward shifts, alternative shifts. And the investment of the club, the amount of money that's kind of come into this gym, and the place itself, it's upper market, very higher market kind of clientele have started to emerge. And you notice one or two people have come in, and yes, they're kind of one of them is very tall, very sort of slim structured, and he has that look of nobility, the look of upper market. And you hear him talking to someone else, talking about the stock market, talking about, oh yes, that was a great investment. I totally killed it on the market today opposed to yesterday, such and such. Then you see some other more sort of older gentlemen, sort of grafters, their hands a bit more worn. You can tell that they've earned their living, and you can hear them talking about legal matters. You can hear them talking about sort of legal issues about the issues in court today, or the issues of arresting a certain perpetrator and the laws based on that. There seems to be pairs of people coming in as if they're coming off a shift and just want a place to work out for a bit, chill out, talk, exercise, release some stress. And this is the scene before you.
Emily will just make sure that she's doing her job, but she will just go over to the one or two guys. She's guessing is in what she would call in money or in finance. She has no idea exactly what that would entail and what this means, but close enough. She just comes over and has a bit of a smile on her face. Again, relaxed smiling is not really something that Emily does, especially not in social situations. But she will come over with her best friendly smile and just say, hey, so is everything all right here?
He looks to you, and he looks to you in a very sort of condemning sort of way, in a very sort of like, who are you manner, and actually quite arrogant, and to the extent he goes, oh, look, love, I'm busy. I'm trying to get myself and my reps in. Look, if you want to chat me up later, I can give you my phone number and we'll arrange something.
For a moment, she just looks confused at him. And then she goes, oh, and she just seems to panic for a moment. She just says, okay. And just stands there. And then she picks up her phone. Again, she's very unsure, like, is this a good idea? What am I doing? And she just looks at him.
So you pick up your phone and you just look at this individual?
Yeah. She just looks at him.
Awkwardly, like, stare at him?
It's just like, she just says, okay.
Okay, so this figure looks to you and just goes, look, love, I'm flattered. You've got a bar on you, and I would ruin that if I had the chance, but I'm just here for business. I'm trying to get my routine in, and I'm going to get out later. Okay, so could you please put that fine ass somewhere else and stop distracting me?
Okay. It's just good to have more people here at night. I hope you like being here. And she just nods to him and just walks off.
Yeah, you nod and walk off, and he's confused, like, and he kind of, and due to your kindred senses, due to your ability, you can hear a lot sharper, hear a lot quicker, louder. You can hear him kind of going over to his friend, like, what's that crazy bitch all about? He goes, I don't know. And they keep just talking about your fine hot ass and your tight sort of muscles, basically. And yeah, and it's like, and he actually quotes like, yeah, I'd ruin that if I had the chance, but I just don't have the
time. Emily, just hearing that, she's just gonna. Actually, do I roll for this or what?
Depending what you want to do, it's all about whether it's contested.
No, it's not contested. It's not again. It's him. It's like in her mind, she's like, "This is fucking stupid," and she doesn't want anything to do with this. And then the second time, she knows that the sheriff has told her to get mortal contacts, get friends, get people, and she's kind of in two minds. Like, she just wants this guy to go away and not talk about her frame or any area of her body, but at the second time, This might be something that she will just curse to herself. She will find a piece of paper and she will write her phone number. And she will, not at this moment, but she will prepare to give it to him when she sees him again.
Okay. Yeah. You continue with that, and again the usual atmosphere of the gym happens. People coming in, going. A few hours go by. It's the sort of routine of people trying to just connect it to each other, knowing that they're all there for fitness to make themselves better, but they isolate themselves from each other because they're all on personal goals. They're on their personal sort of missions to get better, physical, healthier. On occasion, people would turn up to box, to fight, to compete with each other, but these are pre-designated times, pre-designated motions. One of these moments will occur with Hector, a specific individual, but that'll be later. And at this point, we will describe another individual is approaching the Golden Arms establishment, the Golden Arms gym. And we will zoom in on this particular kindred as he starts feeling that, yes, he's on another kindred's territory, another kindred's feeding ground, as creatures have whispered to him that this is someone else's territory. His thoughts and feelings as he goes here. Chris, this would be your intro if you're there.
Yeah, Jonathan makes his grand entrance as any self-respecting individual would, and let's see, what kind of equipment? Maybe he's just he to be honest, he is here to talk to Emily, but I mean, if she's busy, he may as well do some light exercise of his own. Is there a treadmill anywhere around here?
Oh yeah. Let's just say you've walked in. The reception is somewhat empty. This is quite a relaxed gym. You know, people come and go. It's all about the person running the area at the time, patrolling to see people. And yes, you find a treadmill if you wish.
Yeah. He just sets it to a fairly quick but steady pace, and being something of an athlete himself, he'll just kind of get to work, burning time and calories, if those things mattered anymore. And we'll just wait for Emily to done. As she undoubtedly would sense her blood brother nearby, just perhaps trolling her in some particularly innovative fashion by being in her gym.
Let's just say for the moment that
random mook.
I think you're lagging a bit, Chris, but we'll work with it. Just if I speak over you, then that's probably the case. Anyways, it's your picture. It doesn't match your voice, so it's fine. It's fine. It's no problem. Emily has just worked up enough courage to take over this piece of paper and go over to this person she just met, and she just says, "Look, why don't you call me when you have time, right? Like, it's been a while, and if I would really like to." And she just stops as she feels her beast go, "Guess who's here?" kind of. And she just, "I would really just like to spend some time with you. Maybe we could." And she just is about to say have sex, but she just knows that he's around, and she's just, "Yeah, call call me, okay? And she
Yeah, sorry. The individual responds with a smile and a smirk of, like, yeah, of course you do, love. Of course you do, love. And takes it and, like, you know, folds it into his, like, vest or sports gear sort of vest that he has on, and smiles and winks. And of course, high five. He's a proper 80s stockbroker arsehole. He high fives the dude next to him as you walk away towards this other person.
yeah, like Emily just seems a bit panicky as she turns from him and just looks around. Looks over at the treadmill. She sees Jonathan. She just goes. She's doing a very poor job at seeing as though she's just on the job, just checking out things around this treadmill. As she just, seems to move one thing that really doesn't need to be moved to another place, but she does. She's just next to the treadmill, and she just goes, "What the hell are you doing here?"
Thought I'd get some exercise in.
Yeah, very funny. Look,
Coming weeks are going to be very busy, huh?
yeah, I'm
Just
kind of
running.
yeah, I'm kind of done on the job now, and she looks around.
When's the break?
I'll enjoy your evening, as she just, she seems a little. She's not like on the verge of frenzy or anything. She just seems a little annoyed at this guy, and she just like, listen, you're. Can I talk to you for a second?
Oh. He'll kind of slow down the treadmill. Yeah, sure. One sec. We'll jump off the treadmill.
Okay.
Not a beat of sweat on him. And we'll you want to take this outside or something?
Yeah, let's. And she will begin to. She just checks. There's no one standing in the reception.
As you're about to kind of go away with this individual again, Maria, she just pops out of the toilets with this plunger that's kind of dripping, and then looks to you, go, "Where are you going? You got to cover the front desk. Where are you going?"
And she tries her best to stand in the way so Jonathan can't be seen, but she probably doesn't succeed. I just need.
Jonathan's just on his fucking phone,
I just need like a moment.
And she looks in a very like what the hell going on way, but then as you kind of back into the door and the door swings awkwardly backwards, makes a loud noise, and everyone in the gym kind of is aware of it. And she just winks at you. She just simply go, "Oh, you go, girl. You go, girl." As she kind of gestures this plunger and points to you.
Fucking great. As she just mumbles to herself, like Jonathan knows, like, fuck. That's essentially.
He can't really hide a smile even when he's just looking at the phone. He's just like, yep.
She goes into the back room, just in and just waits for Jonathan, and she almost slams the door, but she stops herself. She just closes it. Just. So hi. Yeah.
Yeah. Just thought I'd catch up, considering that we haven't really met since, Let's see you're doing better, actually.
Yeah, that the council has its ways.
So I can see. Usually it scars a lot worse.
I barely see it.
He kind of tilts his head a little bit and squints. They did a pretty bang up job, in my opinion.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind, probably keep some guys distant if I was scarred as hell, but fuck it. It got me on my feet faster than normal.
I mean...
But is there anything you want to talk about?
Some more?
We've got some psycho, and she tries to keep her voice down. She looks at the door, and she's got some psycho fucking mortals. I don't know exactly what it was, but what was that blood? What was it?
I mean,
it was. I've never stepped into
I'm
sunlight.
not a dragon, so.
Well, I've never stepped into sunlight, but I'm not sure. But that's
It sucks.
Yeah, it feels like I was getting burned by God only knows, like white hot iron or something.
Such a thing is liable to burn off your face, yes.
So what the fuck are we gonna do?
Well, what are you guys gonna do first?
We're gonna find them. We're gonna. Well, I think the plan is to destabilize the situation. Well, the position they have, in the sense that no kindred really have been here for what, 10 years? 8 years. That means that these enlightened assholes are probably well established in the city. We're going to have to dismantle that as much as possible. Make sure that the police and everything else isn't too much behind them.
Have you ever actually talked to them? Maybe they're not as insane as you think.
Does it matter? They kill us when they see us, or try to.
I mean, they might not. Depends. I mean, I have to be honest, they do kind of give off the whole religious terrorist vibe, but I mean, hey, they might just be extremists, right? I mean, if it's an organization, it's probably as diverse as we are, right?
She looks at you.
Maybe there's a way for us to not be each other's throats.
They probably killed everyone in the city before we got here. Why the fuck would we do anything else than fight them? Besides, they're mortals. Them knowing in a like on a larger scale is a really big fucking problem.
Oh, please. We break the traditions every day. And let's be honest here.
Maybe idiots do, but I don't.
Okay, that's good. You're the exception. You are better than most of us. Congratulations.
You saw what they were able to do with it. Like, what in...
I mean, yeah, that's why I kind of don't want to go fight them. I mean, I probably could, but I mean, do I really want to? That's not really the preferable option, in my opinion. But I mean, you know, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. You know, don't take this as me saying, "Oh no, you can't do this."
Have you tried talking? Like, are you stupid or what?
I'm just offering an alternative.
They're not going to listen to you. They're going to kill you the moment they see you.
I mean, I can just run away, or jump away.
I'm just going to interject. I'm going to interject because you're both. This is strong feelings. What is both your characters feeling very strongly at the moment? Emily, I'll go for your character.
Emily is I saw the side chat, by the way, which is good. Emily is in a mixture of, she can't believe that this coward, essentially,
yeah, that's fine,
anyway related to her, and she's really just like, there is no way that they're going to talk to us because they want us dead, period.
All right, that's cool. Right, I'll zoom into Chris, your Jonathan. What is his feelings right now? What's his physical, emotional feeling?
Let's see. Very intrigued, very inquisitive. Fairly self-assured in his opinions. he feels fairly relaxed in what he's saying. He doesn't really seem to lack any confidence in them. He doesn't really seem to take too much insult at what Emily's saying either. I mean, he's aware that the very notion of talking to these guys is fairly outlandish. He's really just offering an alternative that no one's considered, so he thought he may as well. So he's fairly confident and relaxed.
Right. There's a moment where both of you're high pitched, you're arguing, you're kind of battling against each other, and at some point, I let's just assume, Emily, you point to Jonathan, James, and you just simply, Jonathan, and you simply look to him, going, "Look, this is wrong. It's not what should be done. You're being stupid. What the hell are you doing?" And as she points, like a drop of blood comes out of her finger and falls to the ground. And it kind of goes into you, Jonathan. And as this happens, a drop of blood comes out of you, Jonathan, and then comes into Emily. And you both kind of see this in between your arguing, in between your sort of fighting. But there's no sense of blood bond, there's no sense of blood mixing. It's just as if the blood is speaking to each other, merging with each other.
Oh, wow. The fuck was that?
She stares at she kind of scowls at him, just stares at him for a couple of moments, and then she just, I have no idea. But then you can tell, like, just after this, there's a change in Emily as she just, you get the sense of remembrance or recalling something, and she tenses up a little bit more, and she just, you think that this.
So just as a side note, your blood sympathy is up to like 5. You feel each other, you feel each other's emotions, you feel each other's thoughts, and it's as if you're connected in a very deep way. You don't even need to speak.
Jonathan immediately doesn't like any of this. And it's, considering their blood sympathy, that is clearly quite obvious.
Emily is unsure about all of this as well. But at the moment, she
immediately attempts to withdraw all of his thoughts.
Yep, that's fine.
In the sense that he basically attempts to effectively fight the blood sympathy in a way as to shut himself off.
That's fine. No roll. That's just that's what you do. That's what you do.
Yeah. So he really kind of hates this connection being forced.
When we were down there, she looks at him. Maybe this has something to do with what we saw.
I don't know. Does John know? I don't think he does.
You both saw that vision, the gladiatorial pit, the Jonathan.
That's exactly what she's talking about.
Corpses, and on top of Emily holding her head high, claiming victory over death, over blood.
You remember what we saw?
Yeah.
Maybe this is someone. She just holds her mouth and just, maybe it's our noble sire who wants to. Maybe it's our master who wants us to.
I don't have a master.
You can see that, like, you can tell that there's this immense.
Oh yeah, there's like massive waves of just immediate resentment and no coming from the blood sympathy.
But you can tell, like, Emily is filling with dread and fear. She's not in any, like, you can tell that there's some things in there that are mixed in, but that could be a blood bond of some kind. Because she's feeling.
Oh no, he's certain there's a blood bond in there somewhere, because as if they'd willingly give you free will, right?
But yeah, essentially. But you can tell like Emily's just trying her very best to sound as normal as possible when she says, like, he created us, he gave us this life, and he wants us to be stronger. He wants us to.
I didn't get a life. I had it taken away, as far as I'm concerned. It was someone else's end without my consent. Why shouldn't I be mad at that? Doesn't strike me as particularly noble, humane, or even sane, really.
So what did he tell you to do?
He didn't.
Right. Don't talk about taking away She stops. Never mind. And like she becomes even more fearful now.
He did. Let's be real. That's what happened. I'm not going to say don't talk about that. That's literally what happened. Do you think I'm going to hide from the truth? That is the truth.
I am going to roll something, and that is courage. I don't have. It's resolve, I think.
Yeah, it depends. Is it emotional or mental?
She's
composure is more about emotion. The resolve is physical will.
She is going to say something negative. She's going to tell something that she.
Yeah, that's social.
That's probably not going to put her sire in the best light, which is hard for her, given the blood bond.
Right. No, yes. Oh no, blood bond. No, that's resolve. So we're talking resolve. Oh no, it's a very interesting one. Resolve and composure, simply put, basically. But it's going to be a penalty because it depends. It involves your sire. It involves the blood bond individual. So that'll be -3. That's
wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's -3.
There is a success. Yoo-hoo!
Oh, it's a success. You do it, and you may have to. Yes, you're going to have to do a humanity roll afterwards because you're so blood bond to the person by even speaking about them in an indirect or direct harmful way. It causes a humanity roll. So we'll deal with that later. We'll deal with that later. But that's the cost. That's the seriousness of a blood level 3 blood bond. Try to speak against your benefactor. It's a huge cost.
You can determine whether or not it is because it might not be that hard. But
yeah, we'll define that at the end of the scene. We'll define that at the end of the scene. So carry on with your.
Emily just says, "He didn't tell you to do anything, and he told me to do everything. I had no choice. You had all the choices. You could do whatever you wanted. I didn't. I served whenever he said, wherever he said, with no choice whatsoever. And you're whining that you didn't get a choice."
He made me eat people.
He made me kill people.
No, no. When I say eat people, what's the third law?
She takes up her hands, shows them to you. I had to kill countless people with my bare.
You're missing the point. This isn't a dick measuring contest. If you seriously want this to turn into I had it harder than you, then there's no fucking point in us even talking about this.
Look, he obviously wants us to do something. Like, he wants us to work together or something.
Well, I have no interest in following through on whatever he wants, so I guess we should find out what that is so I can deliberately act against it and fuck up his shit.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work.
I mean,
but we have to like we work for him. We were his childer. Like we have to do what he wants. Like we can't go against him.
I am.
Oh man, Emily is actually very, very conflicted at this. She just says, "Are you? But you can't like."
I can. He fucked you over, so it's much harder for you. And that's why you're having so much trouble even talking about this shit. He kind of, for a moment, just like kind of pinches kind of the bridge of his nose. Takes a kind of a heavy breath, which is a bit more natural for him than perhaps it is for other kindred, but that point aside. I have every reason to act against him and none to act with him after what he made me do, after what he turned me into. I didn't even remember any of it until recently. I thought, shit, maybe I did get lucky. I mean, I still had my life stolen, but you know, it's not the end of the world. Nope. Just as fucked as everyone else, if not more so. Because that prick turned me into a soul eater.
Look, I don't want to. We shouldn't talk about this. And she just immediately just that mention of that, and just like she just backs off a bit, and she's just look. We'll work out this, and just we'll fix these. Forget I like. She just kind of looks around and just goes, okay, listen. We need to plan against those hunter assholes, right?
Okay.
So,
they're holed up in Highgate, right?
wasn't that the place that was raided or attacked or?
You get the sense through the blood sympathy that there's a connection to him in that place. Let's just say I have business there. I wasn't part of that, well, that raid. I don't even know if it was committed to by us, probably, considering the consistency in Enlightened dying and us being involved.
What do you mean business?
Probably a Banshee. You also get the sense that there's definitely a tone of amusement when he talks about Banshees.
Yeah, I know who some of them are.
Oh, really?
Essentially, yeah, pretty sure.
Oh shit, who?
We should kill those assholes as soon as we can, or at least no, we shouldn't. But
I mean, you're not the Deva.
it's the
That's their shit to deal with.
But the sheriff
Sheriff is a Deva.
Right.
Remember that one time when I talked when he badmouthed the Banshees and I said, yeah, a Deva on a Tuesday, and then he said we're nothing like them? I'm not deaf. But I mean, that's their shit to deal with, not ours. Like, if you want to make that your conflict, you can. But I mean, you have a really bad habit of being dragged onto situations you don't want to be in. And then your jawline gets burnt off. and you have to deal with all the bullshit, and then someone else comes away with the kind of crown and the fucking trophy, and you're left with shit. I don't really appreciate someone being set up as fodder, particularly in what is a war between two clans outside of our own. I don't know if you've met any Banshees.
I think I've met one.
Oh, which one?
Well, two, actually.
Ooh, interesting.
Out of character, what is Nelson's character's name?
Sasha.
Sasha, that's it, yeah.
Sasha.
There's a guy called Sasha. He was with another guy. I'm quite sure those two.
Oh, another guy? Oh, who's the other guy? Because I know Sasha. Ran into him at the Magician's Knob.
Yeah, I met the two guys there as well. Man, I'm totally blanking on names. Who is Stitches' character?
Adam. Or
yeah.
Amid. Or begins with an A, definitely. So even I must admit.
Yeah, she'll mention the other guy.
That other guy's name, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't met that guy. I can look into him now. I mean, you'd be surprised how easy they are to follow. It's kind of funny.
Well,
I'm not even a nurse.
So you're assuming that. So you're assuming that the sheriff is attempting to make clan business council business. That's what you're saying.
I mean, he's a Deva. He really fucking hates the Banshees. The Banshees really fucking hate the Deva, and both seem intent on killing each other. So, I mean, you know, both seem intent on making killing each other part of the menu, regardless of whose business it actually is. I don't know what the Banshees' connections are to the Crimson Council, or if they even have one at all.
Well, that doesn't make them
this could literally be a convoluted scheme to thin us out. Have us kill the Enlightened, then have us kill each other, and then they step in to fill the vacuum afterwards. Who fucking knows of these punks, right? And they're playing a whole different ball game. First step to solving that ball game is to understand that they're playing a different ball game.
Right. Fucking hate this shit.
I mean, never underestimate someone's capacity to engage in completely irrational bullshit. It's probably 90% of how all plans fell, in that someone does something really fucking dumb that has no rational reason for actually happening. Usually that's a terrible fucking idea.
It is a terrible idea.
But I mean, when it comes to these guys, a random chance may actually work to our favor. Who knows?
See, I would have expected you suggesting that we work with the Enlightened to be the, well, you attempting to say something that the Banshees should be trusted would be the worst or weirdest thing you would say.
See, that's part of the irrational shit, right? Just talk to the religious fanatics. I'm sure they'll see our side, right?
You are actually serious when you say
that. Half and half. It depends. I mean, I might literally just run into one and just say, hey, yeah, I don't really want to kill you because, I mean, you know, you're not really hitting me.
What
I mean, if you do, then I'm going to have to get out the claws.
Them all killing everyone in the city seems,
I mean, did they?
to not wanting to kill us to you?
That's an assumption.
Assumption
they might not have.
A bit of evidence behind it.
A lot of shit happened 10 years ago. it would be presumptuous of any of us to actually know how it went down when we've never actually decided to go out there and figure it out for ourselves. I mean, there could be any number of things that could have killed us. I mean, there's no shortage of things in the world that want to, I'm sure. We don't exactly have the best reputation. Who knows? It could have been Ashcroft. Could have just been cleaning house for his magic friends. Who knows? You know, there's nothing to suggest that he did or didn't. And these Enlightened have a clear motive, which puts them in a suspicious spotlight. But I mean, they could have just been cleaning up. Considering that, I mean, we took both of them out with relative ease, and there were only 2 of you in that fight. Like, you know, man to man, we kicked their ass.
Oh yeah, we did. Even with that weird shit, he still died, and I still lived.
Exactly. Even when they brought out their trump card, you still won.
And you can tell that there's the fact that you're also saying that, it just seems to fill her with a little bit of pride, actually. And you know, this is probably the first time that she seemed. Oh, she did seem confident when she was fighting, but it seems like she's somewhat proud of that, and just smiles a bit at you saying that, and she's just. So why should we negotiate with someone we can best?
Well, consider it from a more macro political perspective. One way an empire gains power is by absorbing smaller powers into its ranks, thus gaining their territory, numbers, and resources. Especially considering these guys seem to have capabilities and resources we don't. I mean, consider it, if I were a Deva, I'd be very, very keen on pointing the Enlightened in the direction of the Banshees, for example. And then I'd come in and clean up after they're done. But I wouldn't actually go out there and directly take on a Banshee, because that's more, I mean, that's pretty risky. I mean, we could probably do it, but I mean, when there's a potentially more indirect, safer approach, well, I'll just do that one. I mean, they'd be doing some good. We get what we want. Both sides actually win.
Great.
It depends on what the motivations of the Enlightened are. I don't really presume to know, other than that for some reason they want to kill us, which seems to be from a religious angle from what little I've heard from them. But I only heard one speak, and that was kind of when, I mean, you know, I don't really want to talk about that. That was pretty fucked up. So
you should really tell me about that, she just says. She looks at you. When did you talk with one? Or hear someone speak?
I heard them when they attacked you.
Oh.
But I wasn't really paying too much attention.
Okay, fair enough.
That was more focused on a sad, broken mess in front of me. Fuck.
Yeah, what exactly happened? You were kind of out of it. I mean,
I'm sure you already know this, considering what just happened, but blood can tell you a lot of things about a person.
It was more than that, wasn't it?
It's hard to define.
Try to define it.
For fuck's sake, when you interact with someone else's blood, considering blood is everything to us, it can wash over you.
I've never tried it being what I felt you feeling.
You probably feel like a faint tune playing in the back of your head, considering the level of blood sympathy up right now. You would have heard it because it would have been the same one that was going off before at
From the music box.
Yeah, from the music box in the prior scene.
Just to remind people, as a quick note, that music, that sound, it does seem to corrupt you. It does seem to just taint you. And it's that sound of da 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 da. It just repeats, it mellows. It seems to just infect your blood, infect everyone else's blood around you.
Like,
Yeah, that's.
hi.
Please don't do that.
It's a trial. Never mind. Look. I might be willing to help you out of Highgate, but only under a very specific pretense.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever fucking goes there again.
Okay.
I have my reasons for that. But if people start fucking around with that place, I mean, Jesus Christ, that's probably half the reason why the Lightning even appeared.
So,
I mean, have you heard the rumors? Shit, spirits.
well, considering, well, us being us, yeah,
You
spirits
get the
are a
sense
thing.
that he knows way more than he's letting on to, by the way.
So at some point, someone will interrupt your conversation and intrude. Please tell me when you carry on.
Oh, sorry, what was the question?
Oh, no.
No, sorry, carry on to your conversation. At some point, someone will intrude on both of you. Please tell me or
Okay.
mention when this happens.
Look, we'll talk about it later. To be honest, I just wanted to catch up with you, see how you're doing. Looks like you're doing better.
Yeah. Look, if we can you try to control yourself next time so I don't like you were not
Control
doing.
yourself?
Yeah, just get a hold of yourself next time we're fighting because you know if I'm gonna have your back and you're gonna have my back, you need to have my back actually.
I'm the whole reason you got there to begin with.
Hey, I'm not saying. Hey, I'm not saying that I didn't appreciate your help and you did good, and hey, I got out of it, no problem. I'm just saying, like, I've felt blood whole before, but not quite like whatever I felt through you or whatever. Look, we'll look into Highgate.
There's a lot to learn from a fight, but little to learn from killing.
If I had the chance, I would have pacified them, but sadly, that wasn't the case. But just can I get you to do one thing? If you come here again, just can you that girl that saw you, can you kind of just be polite with her and just don't do anything with her?
I was never planning to, but okay.
Just kind of keep your distance. That would be thanks. She owns this place kind of with me, and you know.
And at this point, awkwardly, jumps into the conversation, jumps into the scene. Emily, or Maria, sorry, not Emily, walks in, bursts the doors open to the entrance to the place, and shouts the words, "Emily, you need to get back. I can't control this place by myself."
Yeah, sure. I'll be right there. And she just right. So you can.
Sorry for stealing her.
Want to? I mean, and she just kind of gestures Hugh out as well as she begins to head out to the reception desk.
God, she looks to you just like, "Come on, Emily. God, you've got work to do." There's like 3 guys there. They need their system sorted out. They need the push-ups sorted out. We need more wax on the system. We need more alcohol on the machinery.
Right. Got it. And she just nods to Jonathan as she leads him out of the room, and she seems to be quite busy all of a sudden.
Hey.
But
Jesus, as he says that.
As you walk away, as you kind of spontaneous, she looks to Jonathan and just simply goes, "You're Emily's new fling, yeah?"
Is Emily still around when?
Yeah, she's off. She's gone back into the gym.
Sadly, yes, she's not in earshot.
Yeah, she's back into oiling, greasing, and maintaining the machines.
Okay, he'll just wink at her.
But she'll look at you going like I'm sure whatever your relationship, whatever you got with Emily, I'm fine with that, but you don't mess with her. She's my friend, and I'll fuck you up if you cause her pain or trouble.
Hey, I'm glad to see that she's got such outstanding friends.
Well, it's good. It's nice to see you going, out with such a cute friend like you.
He kind of looks away at the remark slightly cheekily, just lets the praise hang in the air for a moment.
How did you meet her? She's always in the gym. Outside the gym, she doesn't get out much. You have to. What are you? Family, relative, friend, old boyfriend? What is it?
We just ended up bumping into each other just after a series of awkward exchanges. Just ended up talking.
Well, that's how I met my ex-boyfriend.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't worry, he's an asshole. And she does actually go. She gets closer to you or leans closer to you as she says this, and she sort of goes, "You got for membership in the club? Emily, we can get you in on half, discount price. Just like 10 quid a month. Now those are really good rates. Really good rates."
Be more than happy.
Well, follow me. Come. I got some paperwork for you to fill out. Follow me to the back room.
I see. She's not very subtle, is she?
Anything that involves is not subtle. You know this. Tends to be the case.
He effectively made a promise to Emily, and if there's the one thing that's actually Gangrel, I mean, this guy's pretty Gangrel, but he does try and keep his word. So he's probably gonna end up pissing her off. He'll just deflect the blame to Emily.
Right, we'll zoom off this scene, and we'll go back to Emily as she walks around the gym, and we'll zoom into Emily's reactions. And you do see your other kindred protagonist. You sense him; he's still around, but you're not sure where he is. You're not sure what he's doing. But we're zooming back to the gym, to the place, and as you enter in, again, all the male. Mostly male members. They are all mostly male. As you enter, kind of sort of look to you, see you, observe you, acknowledge you in ways both affectionate and yet harassment. And of course, the accountant figure looks to you and sees you. And he subtly, he's just carrying on the treadmill in the corner of the room. Sorry, was you going to react to this whatsoever, Emily, or?
Yeah, well, she's at the moment she's pretty. Well, that depends. Does she feel anything specifically over the blood link or the blood sympathy?
You're in regards to what's just happened, or in regards to him, to the concept of the character that you're facing?
In concept to what just happened.
Right, to what's just happened, you are feeling just on edge. You're feeling the beast poking out. You're feeling your blood. You're not quite in control of it. It's kind of all over the place. It seems to want to come out or splurge out, and there's this very lax of control about you, and you definitely acknowledge it due to your sibling coming here tonight. And it's kind of ruined your touchstone. It's ruined your sense of humanity. You won't be able to get that sense of human acknowledgement. Routine. You feel heavy. You feel distracted. You feel, your mind is confused.
She will just, she will look and she will just smile to the accountant, stockbroker, whatever he is. And she will just, unless he says something to her, she will probably just go about her business.
Yeah, he'll, of course, as you walk past, as you check the equipment, as you examine things, make sure things are all running, he looks to you, he gives you a wink, and he sort of gives you a cry out, yeah, good to see you, Thunder Thighs.
Lol. She if a dead person could blush, if she could blush, she would, like, a lot, like the maximum amount of blush, but she just tries to shake off that name he just said, and she just goes on. Yeah, she'll just yeah, she's too embarrassed to say anything back to that.
No, but that's even cuter to this guy. He acknowledges the fact that you're embarrassed, or you shy away, and he kind of gets off the equipment or off the machinery and starts to follow you wherever you go, and starts to as if to lead you somewhere, as if you're leading him somewhere. He's sending out lots of strong signals, and how you respond is entirely up to you.
Emily will. Something will probably take over. Not necessarily. Well, it is her beast, but she will just see the opportunity, and she'll probably want to taste this young man. So she just, as the predatory senses more or less take in that this guy might want to get alone with her, well, then there might be a chance for her to get a little bit of food that takes over. She becomes a little less insecure, and that, well, is it the beast or is it her? Hard to tell, but there's a change in her as she will lead him somewhere a little bit more secluded.
Now, as that happens, as this occurs, you lead into a more remote spot of the gym. You lead into more remote area, back locker room, an area that's not used by public staff. And he follows you. And of course, as he follows you, he starts to go towards you. He starts to grope you. He starts to feel you. He starts to taste you. And you've done this before. This is the dance. This is the mortal enticement. You seduce him with your beast. Your beast stretches out and sort of makes him want to come to you. And you taste him. Perhaps you bite. And suddenly he's helpless. Suddenly he's emotionless. He's like a babe in front of you. He is helpless as you drain him, as you drink upon him, as you taste him. And yes, he is a fine vintage, a fine taste, high bloodborne, high in his attributes. But we'll zoom into another scene, and we'll zoom into a scene with Jonathan as this one particular individual by the name of Maria escorts you to the back room. Essentially, seems to want to.
I think he made a promise effectively a promise to Emily. So he will say, it's just say Emily's kind of territorial.
Well, so do you literally say that to her, or what
he's gonna say that to her, to like say, I'm taken and I don't want to face the consequences.
Yeah, looks at you as you say, like, I'm taking Emily something.
He doesn't say that. He says he's like, Emily's territorial.
Now at this point,
look away as if like I don't, and look away as if to say, hey, I don't want to fucking die tonight.
At this point, she's like doesn't care. She's very forceful. She gets you in the back room and literally, yeah.
Oh shit! Okay.
By God, this is a very straightforward woman, and she just pulls your trousers down. She jumps on. She pulls her skirt down and she sort of wicks her hair in front of your face and draws it back. And God Almighty, you want to resist as much as possible, but it's that passion, that blood pumping through her veins, the heart beating. It just exudes to you. It just it fluids you. It makes you feel so alive. You just can't resist it. It's so hard to resist. You may resist if you wish, but by God, it's difficult because it's that sense of life, blood freely offered. Oh, it's so difficult to resist. And she wants it. And you can tell that she's doing this for revenge. She's doing this for herself, a sense of purpose, a sense of justice, a sense of life, want, and choice. Oh, that's that sweet taste that you can smell from her. Joyce, she chooses to do this. She wants to do this. Choice, something that you are so unfamiliar with. That's the sweet flavor.
Man.
As you perhaps bite onto her or don't bite into her, I'll leave it up to you if you wish to proceed.
Yeah, no, he'll probably feed off of her.
Oh yes. So in the awkward, this is the most awkward office space back room ever. There's an old-fashioned fax machine printer, a 95 Windows computer in the corner, one of those really bad plasticky, yeah, one of those really bad like plastic sort of desks that you're sort of humping on, and she's just
Still got like one of
scraping
those big Nokia telephones.
yes, all that stuff, all completely outdated office equipment. But she's jumping on you, and she's expecting sex. She's trying to expect something glorious, but it turns something even more where there's no sex involved. It's just purely you kissing her, and her kissing you. But you bite her, and it's that slow feed. It's that sort of gently draining her, and it just calls out in such pleasure, such orgasmic sort of tones that get louder and louder. But as you drain her, you're feeding blood points off her. You're gaining essence from her. Emily, you are aware of this because this is your feeding ground, and I think you'd be aware of anyone feeding on your feeding ground. So, Emily, you would be aware of this as this happens or occurs.
Through the blood sympathy and what?
Yeah,
Let's
definitely.
but let's just
Yeah.
keep in mind that Emily is actually in not the same situation, but
Yes, sorry, good point. Good
Kind of.
point. I think you're both. Oh God, yeah, this is really weird. Yeah, you're both kind of.
You're just figuring that out.
This is really weird because you're both kind of enveloped in this joint sort of feeding frenzy of blood and sex and first encounters and fluids and the horrid kind of pleasure in acquaintances and strangers as your blood sympathy mixes with each other, and as your blood sympathy mixes with each other, and as you're feeding off these people, your blood drains from your bodies. It comes out of you, and as it comes out of you, it drains across the walls. It goes through the walls, it goes through the floors, through the floorboards, through the ceiling, through the lights, through the features, through the gym equipment, through the lavatories, through the pipes, through the electricity, and your blood swaps with each other. It's as if you're both connected, as if your blood is symbiotic, as if your blood is one and separate, as if by feeding you're actually helping the other, you're feeding the other, or sucking essence from the other. It's a bond beyond description. Two separate beings in a same body. And as you're draining these two people, as you're sucking their essence, you both feel exactly what is happening to each other. You both feel the exact same sensations, the exact same feelings. And your physical blood is actually morphing with each other.
That's extremely disconcerting.
quite so. Emily will at some point stop. She's not draining that much of this guy. She doesn't want this guy to pass out or die.
I think I may have to make that a roll from both of you because this is so heavy and so maddening that I'm going to make this a roll because something bad could happen. So we'll simply say a It's a frenzy roll. So yeah, this would be resolve and composure minus the test. So you're not frenzying. You're both well fed. So minusing 2. So resolve plus composure minus 2.
All right. I'll.
I did post the dice room in the chat.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my nickname up.
One cannot spend willpower, right? Or can
You may spend willpower on the roll if you wish.
I will
just
spend a
make-
willpower?
I shall absolutely spend willpower.
Okay, please make note of it,
Um,
and then we'll post it in scene.
Okay.
So willpower
I don't
adds
suppose I can-
3 extra dice. 1 willpower point adds.
Okay.
What was the minus on the
Am
roll?
I allowed to
I think I said minus 2. Minus 2 to the roll.
-2? So I have 3 plus 3, which gives me 6. Am I able to trade that in for an automatic, or should this one be rolled down?
We have to roll this one out because it's all about chance. I think yes, you both exceptionals do count. Exceptionals will matter.
Ooh.
I have the 2.
I have 1, 2. I just have 3.
Which one of you got the highest successes?
That would be Jonathan, right? He
Right.
has 3 tens.
He got 3. Yeah, I got 3 tens.
Jonathan's got 3 and Emily's got 2. So
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Jonathan, you got the highest roll there. So yeah, you both resist that kind of the essence, and you're just about to drain them dry. It's you don't even realize, you don't even need the blood. It's as if the blood is kind of forming between you to become something greater or something more. And at which point you stop. You kind of Emily, you release the accountant, the workaholic individual who kind of collapses to 4, and he's just collapsed in orgasmic pleasure. He's still kind of twitching from what's just happened. And we zoom into Jonathan as you're drinking, Maria, and she's just screams out in ecstasy from a cry from the blood, as this blood is sort of pooling into your back from the walls, from the room, and it's as if you've absorbed blood from elsewhere, not just from this person. As if you've absorbed blood elsewhere, and you've gained the emotions, you've gained the feelings from Emily. You gain that sight, that sense of when she was just feeling, and not only that, her passions, her feelings, her disciplines, her strengths, her weaknesses, her essence, her blood, her everything. No, it's as if you were Emily, as if for a brief moment you were her, but now you're Jonathan, aren't you? You're not sure. It's confusing, but there's this huge link that you feel between the two of you suddenly, and there is a direct connection now, and both of you have the equivalent of blood potency 5. Blood sympathy 5 from now on.
Okay.
blood potency 5 would be a problem.
Yeah,
Yes.
blood potency 5 would be huge. No. So blood.
Okay, so I'm getting
sympathy 5.
everything 5.
So if you ever use disciplines on each other, +5, and whatever rolls to activate blood sympathy, it's +5. It's the equivalent of a revenant or a creature of ill intent seeking their sire. There's such a strong connection between both of you now. It's huge, and the 2 individuals that you've been feeding on or feeding off just pass out. They simply are just piles of orgasmic kind of convulsion and ooze on the floor as they just simply trying to recover from the kiss that you've given them.
Sympathy, blood sympathy says, "Sorry, not my fault." But I mean, Jonathan will stay there with the passed out Maria, considering, I mean, he'll be pretty pretty rude to just run away at this point and kind of harsh. I mean, she might have fallen over, gotten a head injury. he'll just stick around.
Emily will just Emily, for her part, will just make sure that she puts him up in a chair or something. Just
Jonathan
sit
will at least
because
get her in a position where she's not just
she'll
slumped.
look around and she will force forward blood, and just to make sure, well, make sure of more than one thing at this point, she will force and she will feed him blood. Since he's not resisting, I'm guessing that's not that big of a deal.
So are you feeding blood to the accountant?
Yes.
Individual? Yeah, you may give him blood, and that to ghoul him requires a willpower point.
Then I will spend a willpower point.
Ah, right. Oh, that's entirely different. So you may spend a willpower
I'm
point.
still thinking masquerade, sorry.
Yep.
But it is still 1 blood point, right?
Yeah, definitely. You have to. You can give someone a blood point, and they may use it to heal themselves or whatever. But to ghoul them, it requires a willpower point. It requires a point of willpower to force your blood upon them, and you can do that to this accountant. Yes.
Yeah, she will do that.
Okay, so this accountant, you just fed on him, and he's kind of collapsed. He's drawn. He's kind of in the shadow of the room wherever he followed you into, and he's sort of going, "What happened? Where am I? Oh God, that was amazing. I've never had a. Oh, I knew they said gym women were great, but you were." And then suddenly you kind of draw your blood out of your hand or out of your palm and feed it to him, drop it onto his mouth. And of course, he reacts in a bad way, as anyone does, like blood being poured in the mouth. Oh, that's disgusting. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, that's horrendous. But then suddenly, as soon as those drops hit his lips, hit his gums, he's just drawn to it instantly, going, oh God, that's amazing. And then instantly goes to your arm, to your wrist, to your palm, whatever you're providing the blood from, and starts to drain from your blood, and just starts to suck as many blood points as you would allow him to drain.
She will probably give him more than like one other than the one.
Yeah, so you give him a couple blood points, and at that point he's just instantly going, oh God, that's amazing. Jesus Christ, that's amazing. That's the best fucking fix I've ever had in my life. Oh, love, you are my goddess. And as he kind of combs his hair back and looks to you and just sort of grasps your arms and just, please give me more. Give me more, please. I'll do anything.
Right. Listen. I have things I've given this to you. And if you want to feel it again and things, we need to talk a little. But right now I need to look at something, but you've got my number and I need your phone number as well. We'll talk tomorrow, okay?
Okay. Oh God. He gets a pen out of his upper pocket and he writes on your very muscular thighs. He writes his phone number and just simply goes, please call me. My goddess, my Olympian, my mistress. Oh, cool. Please let me come.
She kind of face palms at that and she just says, right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pathetic. He was so dominant and control earlier, but now he's just helpless. He's just so pathetic and so like remorseful. He desperately, even if you leave the room, he kind of claws on the floor, goes, I will call you. I'll call you tomorrow. I'll give you whatever you want. Please, just come back and but as this is all happening, and as Emily, you leave the scene and go back, we'll go to Jonathan, as Maria has just suddenly passed out. from this amazing sensation she just felt. And we'll go to one individual who literally kicks the door open.
Oh, shit.
And you see Hector climb in as he kicks the door open, going, "What the fuck is going on here? Who the fuck are you? Maria, what's happened?"
This is awkward.
As you mummer that, as you kind of mummer that with your breath, he literally walks up to you. "You're fucking dead, mate. I'm going to rip your fucking teeth out." And as he kind of comes towards you, and he literally grabs a lamp on the desk, and he's about to hit you on the fucking head with it.
Wow, what a dick.
He's a massive dick. You've just fucked his wife.
Oh.
So I think we'll do initiative.
Well, I was told he was an ex-boyfriend.
We'll do initiative for 2 turns, and then at that point, Emily, you'll come in. So let's see what happens. So initiative for 2 turns. So if we do, it's composure plus dexterity, plus a d10. So if you roll a d10, and we'll see who acts.
5.
5. So we'll do him. So it's hashtag repeat. D1 d10, and he's actually really high. So it's like 4 plus. There's a plus 6. Oh god, he's going first. So he's gonna fucking mash you up. And actually, due to he is a boxer, he's a gymnast, he's everything. So he's gonna grapple you. He's gonna instantly jump on you and try to grapple you, Jonathan, as his first measurement. And he actually has a few dots in grapple. So oh god, because he's taught the best. So grapple is your strength plus brawl plus vigor, if you have any. You may spend blood points to activate vigor or activate your strength, whatever you wish to do.
Considering he just fed, he can probably spend the blood point. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Is it minus his defense? Are we minusing our defense for this roll?
He's going to be attacking you, trying to grapple you. So it'll be minus your defense.
Okay.
He's going to initiate the grapple. What is your defense? Sorry.
My defense is only 2. It would be really high if I had a.
Right. So he's got strength. No, he's got like strength 5 plus 4. So 7 dice. So I'm going to say 7 dice.
Damn.
He's a fucking gym combo expert fitness instructor. 2 success.
Black belt.
He's a black belt guy, so he jumps you. He jumps you and he successfully grapples you, and you get into an engagement. He wrestles you across the desk. He forces you into a computer. You force him into like a filing cabinet, and you crunch the filing cabinet. And he's a massive individual, very strong, very tough individual, and he's forcing you back and forth. And this will be now your turn. So we're going to do a contested roll. So whoever wins this roll decides what happens in the grapple. So this will be strength, brawl, plus any other, plus vigor or anything else, or blood points you wish to spend. So it'll be 7 dice for him.
Okay, it'll be 8 for me. Oh.
Well, turn over for him. So how many? It's 1, 2, 3. But he's got 1, 2, 3. But he's got 2 10s. So it's a. He may get something here. Hold on. Repeat.
I'm able to lash out of my beast to him.
Yes, you may. it does get complicated because it gives them conditions. You can spend blood points to up your strength or up your vigor.
I did only spent one.
Well, that pluses 2 to your strength, not just one.
Yeah, I rolled 8 dice. Because
Okay,
I have 3
right.
strength and 3 brawl.
Yeah, this guy's just exceptionally strong, and
Actually, let me just check my brawl real quick. It might be 4, and I'll need to roll an extra dice, but I'll just double check.
he only rolled a 2.
Yeah,
so
I actually have.
two.
I'll roll one extra dice because I actually have 4 brawl. Okay, so I get 4 successes.
He's only got the 3. So yes, you managed to beat him in the grapple, just barely. I mean, this is a mortal just jumping you and grappling you, and you've had to spend a blood point just to fight him off. So he slammed you against a filing cabinet. He slammed you against a desktop. Now you may either pin him, you may use a weapon he's using against him, you may use your successes to crush him, or I think you may pin him. You may actually just simply pin him so you can't do anything.
I'm just going to put him into a hold to just because Jonathan is kind of the sort of he doesn't really want to hurt him. He just wants to get him to shut the fuck up and calm down.
Okay, so
that's what he'll do.
You do that for one turn. I think one more turn of rolls to see if he pushes himself out of that hold that you're trying to force him into. And if he does, then something will happen. Now this is a separate turn, so you can spend blood points, etc., to enhance your roll.
Yeah, I'm just double checking how that works. That's cool. Wait, 2 dice for the turn, so I'll need to spend, spend 2 more for this.
You may spend 2 blood points, and they will +4 to your strength if you want. You +2 to your for each blood point spent. You +2 to your physical.
Okay, I'm gonna put this guy in his place.
You say that, but he's got like 4 successes plus.
Oh my god! Look at that shit! 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 7, 5, 2,
oh my
6,
god!
1. That is hilarious.
Hashtag repeat. We'll leave this as a final thing, but yeah, you've pinned him down. Oh, hold on. I just want to repeat the.
That's really funny.
Repeat one.
Oh my god!
10. If this is another like success, that'd be really funny. No, it's a 3. Okay, so it's not exceptional, but let's just treat it as exceptional. Yeah, basically, yeah, he jumps you and he rams you into some filing cabinets and pushes you to the ground, and you spend your blood points and you pin him. Suddenly, you're quite a weak individual in comparison to him. You're so mild. But you suddenly just start a spring of strength and you kind of twist him into the corner of the room. And he's quite shocked at this. He's like, what the fuck? How did he do that? That's impressive. But then suddenly he just twists his body in a way that you're not familiar with. He twists his body in a way like you didn't realize the body could twist that way. And suddenly he just pounces on you. And he grabs you on the upper part of your body and he throws you from the office through the window into the sort of outside area, into the outside like entranceway, and glass splatters, crashes and splatters, and of course it only causes it causes 4 bashing damage to you, but mild in comparison to it might be lethal to a human because it's glass, but for you it's just lethal. Bashing damage as you land into the sort of main hallway, and at this point, Emily. Your PC sort of comes in and witnesses this as you see him throwing Jonathan outside the entrance to the Golden Arms gym.
As she sees that, Emily there's a quick thing that just shoot through her mind that Jonathan will like you get the feeling of, I told you not to do anything. That's kind of what you feel quickly or fleetingly, but after that,
not my fault. She started it. I told her no. She didn't fucking care.
But anyways, that's just like the immediate thing. But after that, Emily will just go in and just, Hector, what the fuck is what? Ah, shit. Hector, calm the fuck down. What the hell?
He was touching Maria. You better get him the fuck out of here before I rip his goddamn head off.
She points at the window. He is out of here.
He's still in sight of me. As long as I can look in that fuck, he's gonna die. Get him the fuck out of here.
You running around having intercourse with, and she just like,
Emily, do as you're told. Get him the fuck away from here now.
Oh, fuck. I think I'm going to lash out now. That's really everything about this guy's pissing him off.
Emily will just, more or less just, maybe a little to Hector's surprise, will just jump out of the window and just land on the, land on like, almost like a cat would land. It's just jump down on land and just, we'll just look at Jonathan. We'll talk later. Get the fuck out of here now, okay?
You feel a very real sense of rage coming through the blood sympathy. I decide to put this guy in his fucking place.
Later. Later, okay?
There's a moment of silence as he kind of gauges like whether he wants to push this topic further. He seems to.
Look, this is my place.
He becomes more calculating for a moment.
This is my place, and I really. You can tell that Emily is conflicted. Like there's still lingering impressions of what, well, in lack of a better term, the both of them experienced. It's hard to really tell apart who felt what. Also for Emily, you can feel that. But there's just like, the rules say that I could just make you go away because this is my place. But just we'll talk about it later, okay? Just don't, please.
Because of your shit, I'll respect that. Otherwise you'd be on the fucking ground.
Right, I'll set up a fucking fight so you two can sort it out or something.
I don't need a fight, I just need to scare the shit out of him. Disrespectful piece
Okay,
of crap.
let's just, and she just kind of, she's not pulling him away, but almost. It's just to get him moving, get somewhere else.
Hector's just screaming out the window. Yeah, you walk away, you fucking pansy.
Shut the fuck up, Hector!
Please.
We'll just be shut.
I'll fuck you up, you fucking suck.
Let me just check the range for lashing out.
No, you're not, definitely not in range. I know you're trying to do, but you haven't got the blood guarantee for that. But yeah, I know exactly what you're trying to do.
He will respect Emily's shit. And this is Emily's problem.
He's the floor up and he's screaming down to you, going, "You fucking, wife fucker, you I'll kill you next time you come here." And malls don't have predatory beasts, but they have that. They do have that sense of territory. There's that primitive aspect that even more says it's very weak compared to Kindred, but they still have it, and he does exude that to a point. But your beast is flaring up and going, "Fuck him up, kill him." Oh, he is nothing compared to you. By the way, through blood sympathy, yeah, Emily, you feel this through Jonathan, and Jonathan, you feel this through Emily, etc.,
Which
etc.
is even more reason for her to say, You need to go somewhere that is not here. Let's go. This is more or less her entire thing right now. It's just, let's go somewhere that is not here, please. Now. And she's just focused on getting Jonathan somewhere that isn't here and not within shouting range of Hector. So, as she does that, at some point, Emily will head back and as she comes in, she prepares herself for a very interesting night shift that's gonna probably not be over soon because yeah, this is gonna be fantastic. Emily has some things to do.
As you enter the gym and as the other individuals left, you are revealed with a scene where, yes, the usuals, the casuals, seem to have ignored what just happened. Some of them seem to find it funny. Typical night, typical drama in Hackney. You know, these sort of gyms have it all the time. If you do see the other two individuals that you know, Hector and Maria, you see them in the main office with this broken window. There seems to be gushing wind in, as one has been cracked. And they both seem to be just, let's put it frankly, one above the other, as they both seem to be embracing each other and calling each other names and defining each other, like you harlot, you whore, you slag, you bastard, you filth, as they both seem to be entwined in each other and calling out very loudly in gratifying tones, as if this has been a hell of a night and they've enjoyed it thoroughly.
And
But
Emily just sighs very, very deeply and gets back to her things because she needs a break right now. This is just too much shit in just too little time. She's just not having it.
I think at this point, we'll happily end the scene with this confusion of adrenaline, blood pumping, feeding, embracing, blood sympathy pouring between mortal and kindred alike. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show.